Ancient Greece's deep connection with Vedic India. In the distant past, Emperor Yayati once ruled the entire world from his seat in Hastinapur, which was located in today's northern India. One of his sons, Tuvasu, was given the region to rule, now known as Turkey. As it was to the far west of the empire's most direct influence, over time the inhabitants of that region gave up Brahminical culture, and it became known as a land of Malecha, meat-eating Yavanas. In the huge Mahabharat war in India around 3100 BCE, due to pressure from Kana, the Turkish region took the side of the treacherous Duryodhana. But after the Pandavas' victory, this land was conquered by Sahadev in time for Yudhishthira's Rajasuya sacrifice. This meant all kings had to accept Yudhishthira as the supreme emperor. In around 3000 BCE, the settlement of Troy in northwest Turkey was established. The same ethnic group were also present in areas we now call Greece, Cyprus, and Albania. Troy gradually grew powerful until the Trojan War in about 1180 BCE. From then on, the people of Greece began to develop pride in their own history and identity. At one point, the main culture of that part of the world was Vedic, but as India itself declined, the local population began to incorporate their own history into stories known to their forefathers. There's an abundant evidence for this, such as the similarities between the Iliad and the Indian histories of Mahabharat and Ramayan. But let's start with their gods and heroes. In summary, both Greek gods, Jupiter and Zeus, have attributes like the Vedic Lord Indra. Apollo and the Muses are similar to Krishna and the Gopis. Hades is like Yamaraj. Cupid like Kamadev. Hermes like Narada Muni. Icarus like Sampati. Achilles like Kana. Mount Olympus and Mount Meru are both believed to be abodes of the gods, manifest in this world as a local mountain, but they have links to the celestial world. Krishna and Hercules. Now the name Hercules comes from Harikulisha, which means Lord from Hari dynasty, Hari being a name for Krishna. The Greek Prometheus comes from the Sanskrit Prometheus, which is a name for Lord Shiva as the destroyer. Interestingly, the Greek Christos means the anointed one, and this was the origin of the word Christ. And Christos has roots in the colloquial Bengali word Christo, meaning Krishna. But there's philosophy and cultural connections too. A Greek ruler of the 2nd century BCE had silver coins made, which included imprints of Krishna and Balaram. Pythagoras 582 to 507 BCE was one of the earliest of the Greek philosophers. He taught that the soul wanders through many lives, including in the bodies of plants and animals. He also believed the goal was to become free from the cycle of birth and death. This is parallel to Vedic teaching. It is said that Pythagoras visited India and even got initiated in Ellora, Maharashtra. Interestingly, the name Pythagoras comes from the Sanskrit Pith Guru, which means a guru working at an educational establishment. Socrates came next. He was known to converse with a lot of people. In those days, there was ongoing trade between India, Babylon, and as far west as Athens. So the account of Socrates meeting Vedic Brahmanas is quite likely, and he may have also been influenced by them. Interestingly, the name Socrates comes from the Sanskrit Sokratas, meaning one whose conduct is meritorious. Socrates' pupil was Plato. Plato said the soul is immortal, and there is also a universal supersoul, as well as a universal creator god of the world. He also said that God is the perfect being and is changeless. These are Vaishnava teachings. Aristotle believed that God was a being that directed the world, and that absolute reality is eternal and without a creation. His concept was the soul can be divided into two parts. That doesn't sound Vaishnav, yet he is referring to the rational intelligence and irrational mind. He also stressed that self-realization is the purpose of life. The ancient Greek and Indian horoscopes and astrology are very notably similar. A good example is the star group the Seven Sisters, called the Saptarishis in India. Although there was a degree of cultural exchange later in the 4th century CE, ancient Indian astronomy precedes the entire Greek civilization by a long way. There's even evidence it has been practiced since at least 7000 BCE. Even if you take the conservative view by only considering the date of discovered written text, the Sirius Siddhanta, for example, predates Pythagoras. And note, the Sirius Siddhanta contains an advanced understanding of trigonometry. Indian and Greek weddings have a variety of cultural similarities. And their ancient theatre, with stories of their gods and heroes enacted with masks, are similar. A final example, Aesop's Fables. Fables with animal characters are found in the Panchatantra. Very early Sanskrit versions of this have been discovered dating before the time of Aesop. And note that many of the animals in them, including the lion, jackal, elephant, peacock, tiger, monkey and crocodile, are all found in India, but not in Greece. Certainly something to think about. Thanks for watching, and please share with others.